Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos.
Hello, this is one of those transistor radio, that my wife purchased it for me. She purchased a few for my birthday, uh, several radios. She surprised me with it. This is one of them. There are some transistor radios she purchased and a couple of tube radios. This is the first one. And is a Donald Duck, as you see. It's a transistor radio. And the box is in very good condition, very good condition. And inside, see, it comes with 9-volt battery. This is for the earphone plug to it. And the person who advertised this, that is not working. Of course, I prefer the radio doesn't work. If it works, it's not fun, right, to fix it. So I was excited to open this. Okay. In the back had a screw. I already removed that screw out. It was the screw right here. So, but before taking the screw out, I put a battery inside. Battery inside, and it makes some hiss sound. Then after that, it stop. And I think that's what the person who was selling it says. Is just making some noise. And so I removed that screw right here. Then it's pretty difficult to take these things out. I mean, it's crazy. You have to juggle it around and make sure you don't break it. So, and press here, or like that. So now it came apart. And then I hooked up the 9-volt battery that I have. This radio was not included battery. And so I mentioned that, I was making some noise. And then after a few seconds, it stopped making noise. I said, what's going on? Then I saw opened it up. I want to put this aside. And as soon as I touched the wires, and I saw that this one came off. You see, it's all rust out, came off. So that was one of the issue. So the first thing I did, I got this product right here. I put a couple of drops, just a couple of drops right here for the volume control. After you add this, I went around back and forth several times. What I noticed, the screw goes right here. The screw was right this here. This wire, you see how it's disconnected right here? So the screw cut this, is a coil wire, antenna wire. It cut it off, as you see. So this was another issue. Again, the first one was, this wire was broken. And the second one, was this wire. That's why the radio was not working, So, then I also noticed the majority of these transistor radio, when you purchase them, people, they try to, when it stopped working, something happened to it. Usually they get the screwdriver and adjust all this. As you can tell, this was all touched, So somebody tried to fix this, and they start turning those around. They assume if they do that, the radio going to be fixed. So all those was off as well. So first, what I did, to make sure, quick check, I hooked up the battery right here. I want to show you. The red is the plus, and should be that one. This is the plus right here, plus sign. See that? So it goes that side, plus to plus. Then we're going to hook this up. This is just a test, right? Right here. And all right. So I hook these temporary together like this. At least they make the connection. Then later on, I'm going to solder it. But I'm trying to find out what the issues are. Let's turn it on. And you remember, I'm going to solder this. This needs to be replaced. I'm doing quick test. Trying to put these wires somehow connect. So it comes on. Of course, I adjust those last night. What you can do, as you know, you don't want to do not touch those unless, know, yeah, somebody changed it. That's the last thing you want to touch, right? So I knew last night when I take this apart, as I mentioned, that somebody touched all this because you can't see all the wax are messed up. So I start adjusting from this one and then backward. And so you need a special tool. Again, do not do this. This is the last resource. And I go by ear. So I'm going to turn it just a little bit. You see? I turn it just a little bit this side or other side, you lose the station, right? All right, that's the best adjustment. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. Then the next one, see, is off. It sounds much better. So whoever touched this, they messed it up. Let's see again a little bit here. All right. So that's what I did last night to make this thing. Let me turn it down a little bit. That's what I did last night to at least bring this back to life. Now what I will do, I'm going to replace this. I have to take this all out and resolder that to wherever it is. And this thing is like a hair, is that thin. This cold wire. Gonna, solder it back there. And what else we need to fix? Those two, I already lubricate that as I shared with you earlier with this product. And then want to polish it, polish the radio. They have some type of a schematic is here, but it's so darn small. I mean, it's so small you can't even see this. Then try, do some touch up here, and there's some paint comes off. See that? They've been touched all this. I want to touch those off and clean it and polish it and get it in decent shape. Again, this is a gift. She bought several of them for me. And two of them was this type of transistor. And this one again was not working at all. So majority of these transistor radios, just a couple of things you do to fix them. Capacitors, it looks like fine, because it's working. I mean, sometimes if it doesn't work, those capacitors need to be changed. But let's take it from here, all right? This radio is all, made in, yeah, it says Hong Kong on it, and I don't know. I usually have an issue with those radio. They're not built pretty good. Japanese are unbelievable built, but like in Hong Kong or Korea, those radios they're not built very well, and it's so hard to get a good station from them. Again, that's what my experience has through the years. Am I right or not? I don't know. Maybe somebody's going to say, hey, Jay, every radio I have from those places, they work perfect. Mine always had issue with sound, but if they're Japanese, unbelievable. If it's Sony, it worked like it's worked better than the tube radio, believe it or not. And but they're nice, you know. It'll be good, you know, part of my collection that I have. And that was very thoughtful of her to buy this, you know, this a few for me. And you know, I didn't even expect it because I have so many radios and I don't have this. So she looked through, I assume, all my radios and say, oh, you know, this. I was so thoughtful. I was so happy to see that, you know, that. Anyway, so let me start working on these things, okay? All right, there are two screws, you know, here. Let's remove these two. I already loosened them up. I'm going to put them aside. So small, you know, my hand doesn't get there. All right, this comes out too. See, the speaker, they glue the speaker, you know, and start rusting out the type of glue they used. So I'm not going to mess around with that. Just going to turn this upside down like this. I definitely need magnifying glass to see all this. It's very, very small, everything. How big this thing is? This is a 9-volt battery on the side of it. So this is a small unit. I have some of this. Let me pull it out and replace it here. They made a nut here. If this been pulled, it doesn't mess up the soldering area. So let's change that one first. To get to this, to the second side, the second wherever negative is, this needs to come out. Let's take this, the screw out here. Let's see where it is. Oh, this is on and off switch. Is off. So we know off is right here, the color. Alright. These are so small. It's like working a clock or watch. Okay? So we know this big hole goes that direction. That is our mark. So the negative, which is a black wire, goes all the way to here, and the red is here. So we're going to unsolder this and put a new one in. New one goes here. You're going to be able to make a loop. All right. I found one of this. I bought several of them, you know, and especially when you work in transistor radio, you always want to use this type of thing. So this is the brand new. Let's install this here. All right, now let's solder this side. Let's take this nut out. Let's also make it nuts, like the way they did it. I'm going to take the insulation out a little bit, and this to do that. Okay. You get some solder. All right. Let's clean also this contact since we can get to it. So I have a little cotton cube. I'll clean it. Put a couple of drops of this product. All right. Such a small screw. So I'm using this. All right. All right. I should do it tight. Now let's work on this one. Take this out. The best way to take this out, and majority of people, they yank this out, and that's where the problem starts. Usually the way I do it, let me show you how I do this. See, I have something like that, it's wood. That's all. It's, like that. Then I go underneath like this and pull it out. This way you don't yank the wires out. I promise you that's what happened with this. Every time they change the battery, they pull it, and that's why it broke off. Majority of transistor radios, my experience shows that's what happened to them. I bought a bunch of this, to have them because, again, I replaced a bunch of them, my transistor radios. All right, now let's take this out. We need to fix that little wire. We need to solder that. So again, same concept. Come right here. And remember, this was that direction, the hole. So we want to keep it that way when we installing it. Okay. Take this out. Put it. I want to put it aside. Now I can't see the bottom. Let's see which wire is broken. There's 3 wires goes to antenna. There's 1, the red one 2, and this is 3. I think this is the one that's broken. I hope it's long enough that I can repair it. See, this is the one that's broken. It's pretty short to see. It's right here to the end. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one that is broke off. See, this is the one. It's too long. This is too short here. So I have to solder it right around here somewhere. Let me think about this a little bit. They put it in the top would be easier. Okay. The wire is like so thin. There's 3 of them wrapped against each other. And then there's a cloth over it. So you cannot pull it out. So this is going to take a little longer time than I thought. Hey, never anything easy, is it? Alright. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it like a coiled deal, long enough with both sides in and solder it. Let's see if we can do it that way. I'm going to find a very small wire, very tiny one. Okay, find the wire is very thin. I don't know if you can see it or not. This screwdriver like that. I'm going to make this rounder like that, like a coil. Let's see if it's going to work or not. We are just testing this, right? Okay. If you can see it or not. I'm going to take it out of this, feed it to like that. Okay. And this side, the other side of the wire that broke off. Okay, now both sides went in. See what I did? It got to work. That's the only way I can fix this. And you cannot keep this too long on the wire. You're going to burn that. So I'm going to put it on here. So I'm very quick touching it and then releasing it. So I don't want to pull the wires. Alright. Let's hope it works. And this hole was that direction. Let's tie the screw down. Let's put this back here. Alright, the second one also is in. Both screws secured. Now what we need to do, we need to make this wire away from this hole. When the two pieces goes together, it doesn't damage this wire again. So I'm going to push it aside here. Push them right here. That should be fine right there. It's not touching anything. This is a glue stick. Let's see. See, it's totally dry. You might say, why did I keep the glue stick is totally dry? For this reason. I'm going to take a small piece out like that. See, like that. Alright. Because I don't want to put heat here. These wires are so tiny. See how if I put anything there that is hot, it might burn through everything. So this dried up glue stick, see, I take a small piece out. I'm going to put it right here to keep this away from each other. Right there. Alright, see what I did? Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it back together, put the face, then I start working on, you know, polishing it, making it look good. I'm glad it fixed. As I said, majority of transistor radio, they really don't need that much work. This is majority of them, that's the issue. Or as you saw, you know, they need to clean the volume control. And so this wire, usually they don't go bad again because this was sitting here. That's what was wrong with it. So let's put the face plate back. Now again, when I want to take the battery out, remember, you don't want to yank it. You're going to mess up. Get a wood like this again, as we discussed, put it underneath, and it comes out. That's the best way, you know, to do it. Or that's the best way I know how to do it. And so this goes inside. Where's the faceplate? It is a beautiful radio. It's cheaply made, but it's a beautiful radio. It goes with the craziest stuff I have in my collection. So this, nice here, away from that wire. So we're going to put this right over it, like that. Okay. Alright. That's it. Very flimsy plastic. Okay, so everything is in. Let's put the screw in inside here. Then we're going to clean it. Okay, that's it. There's a handle here. I'm going to come up with something for that. After, no, maybe you should color it now before waxing it. I use our trick, Sharpie again. This Sharpie does not smell. You know, some Sharpie smell pretty bad. This does not smell at all. So we want to color right here. See right here, all missing colors coming out. So I'm going to color it. See it like that. All right. Again, if you use magnifying glass, it's much better. Again, this Sharpie is unbelievable. I use it for, I have several colors for this type of thing. As you notice, I'm coloring it now. because when I clean it with wax, then the wax does not allow this to sit on the parts. So I'm using now this. Then let's do it right here, the mouth of it. Then I'm going to wax it because it is permanent. You see how nice it is now? All right. Okay, folks. You see? And if some area needed, I can add it more later. And sometimes you have to put a couple of coat over it. It's looking good. I really like it. Now it's like a radio, right? I'm going to polish it after this dry a little bit. All right. Let's use the polishing. Share with you. I use this. I bought it on the internet. And it's one of the best products. Of course, any type of polishing will work. Any type of wax. This is for the car wax. Let's just start in the back until front dry. Okay. See over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's already turning white. As supposed to be instead of was discolored. Now let's work in the front. So don't see how bad look when you purchase them. You know, if they work or not. If you make any hissing sound, anything like that. It's just a couple of things needs to be done. Sometimes just maybe capacitors, but transistor radios haven't really changed that much capacitors on them. It's just a battery, right? 9-volt battery. Some of the transistor goes bad, which I bought some, like a bag of it too. Even I bought some computer speaker, which is fit perfect inside this type of thing. Also, look how nice it is now. Remember how dirty this thing was?
Okay, folks, this is that 1973 Donald Duck radio. Let's turn it on.
And at that point, you're past the NFL draft. Teams have made their decisions on which quarterbacks they're going to bring in, and when. So some teams are going to be out of the mix.
It's working pretty good.
At least by the
Let me
trade deadline,
change
or even taking it into
station.
next off season, you'd have a better picture of what
players all over the place. And it's fun for our game to see that. You still
All
have
right,
Baylor and
it's working
Gonzaga,
unbelievable.
who clearly are the two best teams. The impressive is Baylor and Gonzaga.
This was the same radio that wasn't working when it was purchased. I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry I cannot play any music. You know, YouTube, they're not that crazy about that. That's why I play just the regular talk show. You all take care. Hope you enjoy the video. Have a awesome day.
I want to take the opportunity and thank you for taking your valuable time watching these videos. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.